Hello and welcome everyone to our casual coffee chats for the conference this year. Today I have the pleasure of Dr. Kimberley Ramberan joining me today. Thank you for taking some time to chat with us today.
Thanks so much, Joanna.
Yeah. Now, you're speaking at this year's 15th annual Holistic Conference. It's amazing. 15 years this conference
So
has been going.
crazy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And you're speaking about the glymphatic system, a roadmap to cognitive resilience. Can you tell us a little about why you're so passionate about this topic?
Yeah, well, the glymphatic system is a relatively new discovery. It wasn't really in textbooks when I was in school. It was discovered in 2012. And so research is realizing the dramatic role it plays in cognitive resilience and health. Up to now, we haven't had many therapies. I feel like we as a population have just felt like, oh, this is going to this could happen, or if it's happened to loved ones. My sister, um uh, her my half sister, her mom has really bad early onset Alzheimer's, and I have watched her be terrified of that her whole adult life, and realizing that we have tools, that there's something you can do about it, that you're not just subject to like fall into this reality, is so important. And I think we need to spread the word about that, because when we can empower people, that's when we can get them motivated to make changes that will benefit them. And I think that's why I got into naturopathic medicine, and that's what I enjoy about this role in helping people.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. My grandmother had Alzheimer's, and I have watched my mom be so afraid. Every time we
So
forget something, it's like, is that it? Is it coming?
yeah,
So
it's a
scared.
terrible feeling.
Yeah, right. So wonderful. That's great. And it's such a big topic that we still there's so much to learn still, right? We don't know a
So
lot
much to
about it.
learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually no drugs that are created to support the glymphatic system. So that's where what we do
Yeah.
makes such a big difference, because that's where a lot of the research is.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what can we expect to learn from your presentation?
Yeah, so with the presentation, what I hope to do is kind of help the audience really understand what the glymphatic system is, understand the anatomy of it, how it works, because we need to be able to speak to that piece. So there will be a small part where I do go over to like the anatomy of the brain, how it works, so that you guys can get a good visualization into what's happening. And then we're really going to talk about what we can do. So what we can do from a lifestyle and diet perspective to help support the glymphatic system. We're also going to talk about some of the things and some of the things and pathologies that kind of impact the glymphatic system, so that we can be aware of that when we have a patient or a client that we see that needs that support. So, with the glymphatic system, sleep, traumatic brain injuries really affect it. Aging really affects it. So thinking about ways that we can support those three things in our clients really can be really helpful. So I want you guys to understand that, and then understand the lifestyle and diet pieces that we can do. And really, that's where all the research is. Like I was saying, it's like, alcohol intake, sleep, exercise, and really breaking down and getting specific into what it is about those lifestyle modifications that can make all the difference. So really being able to leave you guys with some really tangible things that you can hit the ground running with as soon as you leave that talk.
Wonderful. Yeah, those actionable steps we can do for ourselves or
Yeah.
others. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned nutrition. Will you get into maybe certain foods with us this year or?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we look at what affects the brain. We know that inflammation does that. And so, really looking at how we can determine inflammatory foods in people, looking at how we can support the body with major antioxidants, thinking about how we get nutrition into the brain, because we have that blood brain barrier that's really important. So, when we are picking like a nutritional intervention, we have to make sure that it's something that our body can actually utilize with the brain. So, making sure that we're putting our efforts in places that will actually make a difference is what I hope to help you guys accomplish.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like there's so much new information, new
Yeah.
research, but really tangible and applicable tools that we can walk away with and apply to ourselves and to our clients.
Totally. It's sometimes the biggest changes can sound so simple. Like we can all say, okay, like not having sugar is something we should all be doing, but like to put that into practice
Yeah.
takes a really big chunk of information. And I find that patients do better when you give them a reason as to why they're making a change, not just making a change, but if you make this change, this is how it's going to impact this pathology or this physiology to help decrease the progression and help increase cognitive resilience.
Absolutely. Well, I cannot wait to hear your speech this year. I'll make sure I've pen and paper to take all of the notes. So tickets are on sale this year. It is our 15th annual Canadian Holistic Nutrition Conference, Mental Health Connecting Mind, Body, and Spirit, and it is Saturday, May 6th. Now, before we let you go, we love to ask all of our presenters if you have a fun fact about yourself or maybe a hidden talent that we don't know about you'd like to share.
Sure. And you know what? This one comes to me actually when I was thinking about this question.
Yeah.
Um, I have a little 2-year old. She's almost 2, and I just taught her how to count to 10 in Japanese. And my husband came home and was like, "What? How do you know how to do that?" And so that comes from my background in martial arts. So I have a background in karate and mixed martial arts, and I love it. And I found real life benefits from having that. So I'm a real advocate, especially for women, making sure that we understand the value in being able to feel safe and protect ourselves. And I have had to use in a very I've been surprised by how much that's come in handy in life.
Yeah.
So I love being able to practice martial arts. I think it's a great discipline. I think it's a really handy tool to have. So that's one of the things that I like. I like doing, and I feel like it's a special skill.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for sharing. And we can't wait to see you on May 6th at the conference.
Okay, thank you. I'm excited to see everybody there live. It's going to be amazing. So much better than talking into a screen is seeing all of the lovely faces that will be there. So thanks for having me.
Yes, good. See you then.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye.